if you are looking for how many square centimeters the cover of your math book is, here is kind of the deal with that. Let's look over here. If I wanted, well, let's not. Let me just give you this here. Let me try to draw something that's real. One way to find out square whatever things. What do you suppose this is? Let's say this is.
Piece of toast.
No, I'm saying how big is that? Let's say that is 4 inches by 4 inches.
Piece of toast.
Okay, if this was 4 inches by 4 inches, you could cut this into 4 inches this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut this into 4 inches this way. And then you could just count how many squares are there. How many squares would be there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That would be 16 square inches.
Oh.
Okay? Now, what did I do there? If I don't want to have to count each and every square and draw it up and cut it into pieces, we have in math a formula. I'll go back over here. The formula, where should we write this? Let's write it right here. To find the area of a rectangle or a square, you just need to multiply the length times the width.
Oh.
This is the formula, unless you really like drawing a whole bunch of squares.
Yeah.
Unless you like, here, let me blow up this math book here. Unless you were really, really excited about doing this. If you really, really wanted to cut this into centimeters going this way, you'd have to cut it into all those centimeters going this way and all those centimeters going that way and count all those little squares. You could do that.
Yeah, I'm good.
But the easiest way to do it is, if you know how high your math book is in centimeters, and let me give you one. Your math book, believe it or not, is 28 centimeters this way, and it is 22 centimeters this way. If I want to know how many square centimeters it is 28 times 22, which is 56, and 56, which is 6, 1, about 616 centimeters squared. Anybody get close to 616?
Yeah.
No.
I think 600.
I was 3 away. 300 away.
If you are looking for inches, there's going to be a lot fewer inches, right? Because a square inch is bigger than a square centimeter. Well, let's measure the book in inches. It's 11 by 8.5. It is 11 inches this way. And I'll do the math for you because I'll do 8.5 times 11. What you would actually get, because we haven't done multiplication with decimals yet, have we? You would get 85 and 85. You would get 5, 3, 93 or 94 inches squared.
Oh, I thought 50.
Anybody get close to 100? Very good. 200 might be a little crazy. All right. Now, one thing I need you to write in big letters, maybe up here, is that you must always label correctly. Because 1 inch is completely different than a square inch. If you're doing area, it must be in some sort of square unit, whatever it is. And you can see it up here. I did it on this piece of paper here. Here is your label. You can either write 1 square centimeter, or you can label it as a centimeter with that little 2 up there. You look really smart if you do that. Okay, this is called a centimeter squared. This is an inch squared. Okay, but you need to definitely label those. How about this? Let's take a look at your tabletop in square centimeters. There are going to be a lot of them. What was that? Just shout out what you had for tabletop square centimeters. 6,000, 7,000.
2,000.
4,000. Well, let's get it. It is 60 by, wait, let me see here. 60 by, it's about 60 by 80. It is about 80 by 60, which if you multiply 80 times 60, you get about 4,800 square centimeters. In inches, if you're guessing in inches, it's about 24 inches by 48 inches. I think my battery's running out. Which would give you 16, 8, 9, 2, 5, is that 26? 16, yep. 1, 8, 9. It is about 1,152 inches squared. And these should all be labeled, see, centimeters squared, inches squared. And then, the final question I asked you was, if we had square feet, how many square feet would your tabletop be? Well, this is what it would be. Your table is 2 feet by 4 feet, which we can actually do it like this. You could cut it like this, cut it like this, cut it like this. How many square feet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 feet squared. And then, what do you think they use? Like, if I asked you how big the state of Illinois is, you would not use square inches. No, you wouldn't even use acres. They measure it in square miles. How many square miles? I don't know what it is. But if you wanted to know what a square mile is, if you drove from the corner of what crosses on all the way to that next road down there, which is a manual road, and then drove, that's a little less than a mile, but it's close, and then drove all the way down, if you're familiar, to Walker Road, that's another mile. You'd have to go a mile that way, a mile that way, a mile that way, and a mile back. That's a square mile is very big. It would if you had to walk around a square mile, and you could get a lot of houses in a square mile.
How big
A lot of houses.
How big is it?
How many miles? It's 1 square mile.
How long would it take to walk around?
Caleb.
Estimate like how big is the road in like 7 years?
Oh, they could tell you. There's a formula. They know how big around the Earth is. You could it'd be there somewhere. If you asked how many square miles the whole Earth is, you could look it up. It would say.